Victor Gyokeres offers himself to Barcelona, Carlos Baleba and his movement to Manchester United, Arsenal recruitment of young talent as club continues to build the future. Hello football family and welcome back to Black Maggot Media, the heartbeat of the game. Today we have a transfer news package packed with major developments across Europe. We are talking about Victor Gyokeres and the growing Barcelona story, Carlos Baleba and his move to Manchester United, and finally Arsenal's recruitment of young talent, and the club continues to build the future. So if you love football, transfers, big money moves and stories behind the headlines, make sure you subscribe to Black Maggot Media, turn on the notification bell, and then stay with us. Let's get straight to the heartbeat of the game. Victor Gyokeres, Barcelona saga. The first big story concerns Victor Gyokeres. Arsenal striker has suddenly found himself at the center of the speculation involving Barcelona, with reports emerging that the Catalan giants are considering him as an alternative in the search of their new striker. Remember, Barcelona have just sold they have just sold Ferran Torres to Paris Saint-Germain. Lewandowski also left, and they are looking for a player. They want to sign Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid, but Atletico Madrid are adamant they don't want to sell Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid. Instead, they are willing to make business with the Arsenal. And here comes the story of Victor Gyokeres. In 2 games of the season so far, Community Shield and against Coventry, against Man City in Community Shield, Victor Gyokeres played in few minutes. He came in as a substitute, was on bench. And then against Coventry, he didn't feature in any minute. He didn't come. I expected him to play in that game, but I didn't see him. So I think this is why these stories are coming up. Eyeing or Arsenal targeting other strikers outside there, and yet they wanted, at that time, they wanted a striker, a well-proven striker, before Victor Gyokeres came in. When he came in, Arsenal thought they have got the solution to their problems. But now that they are in the market looking for another player in that very position, meaning there is something they have seen missing or lacking in this player they bought. Let's continue to the story. ESPN reported to us on August 17th that Barcelona were considering a move for Gyokeres, and that's where the story becomes extremely interesting. Barcelona have been linked with Julian Alvarez, but the situation surrounding Alvarez has complicated matters. Recent reports suggest Barcelona are continuing to explore attacking options, and Gyokeres emerges as one of the names being discussed. There have been even reports claiming that Gyokeres has made himself available to Barcelona. But this is important. We must separate transfer rumors from confirmed developments. There is currently no confirmed agreements between Barcelona and Arsenal for Gyokeres. The Portuguese-born Swedish striker only joined Arsenal recently, meaning any potential departures would mean a massive story. And from Arsenal's perspective, the question is simple. Would Gunners even consider selling? Gyokeres was bought in because Arsenal wanted a greater physically goals and direct attacking threat. His ability to run behind defenders, hold the ball and attack the penalty area gives Mikel Arteta another dimension. So if Barcelona come calling, Arsenal would have a major decision to make. Would they listen to a huge offer? Would Gyokeres himself be interested in returning to Spain? Or is it simply Barcelona exploring alternatives while the work is preferred to the target, who is Julian Alvarez? For now, the safest conclusion is that Barcelona's interest in a developing story rather than Barcelona's interest is a developing story rather than a completed transfer. So Arsenal supporters, be watching closely and see where this story will end. Carlos Baleba to Manchester United. Now his move, let's move to Manchester United. And this is where we have something much more concrete. Carlos Baleba is heading towards Manchester United. Sky Sports reported that United and Brighton agreed a deal worth 70 million to 65 million guaranteed. 70 million pounds, 65 million pounds guaranteed plus 5 million pounds in add-ons. Baleba was also expected to undergo a medical. And we also received a breaking story from Fabrizio Romano that the deal of Carlos Baleba was complete. Reuters independently reported the agreement as an initial 65 million pounds with another 5 million pounds possible through add-ons plus a sell-on clause for Brighton, meaning when Brighton sell this player, when Manchester United sell this player, maybe to Arsenal or any other team, Brighton will get some money into their pockets. That's what we call a sell-on clause. So this is a significant signing for Michael Carrick, and it is a significant signing for Manchester United because United have been rebuilding their midfield. They have already added Yuri Tielemans and Andre Santos. Then with Baleba, then something different. He is a powerful defensive midfielder. He can win the ball. He can possess. He has the athleticism to cover the ground, and he can provide protection for the defense. At just 22 years, there is also plenty of room for development. But there is a warning here. Baleba's form dipped last season compared to the spectacular campaign that originally attracted Europe's biggest clubs. So Sky Sports described the move as something as a gamble because United are essentially betting on Baleba returning to and potentially surpassing the level that made him one of Premier League's most wanted midfielders. And this is what makes the transfer fascinating. Manchester United are not simply buying what Baleba is today. They are buying what they believe Baleba can become. The medical is particularly important because the midfielder suffered an ankle ligament injury during the preseason, and Sky Sports reported that he was expected to be fit around the middle of September. So United supporters may have to wait before seeing a midfielder at his best. But if Baleba develops at United, this could become one of the most important pieces of their midfield. So let's go to Arsenal and the young signing strategy. Let's bring it back to Arsenal. One of the most interesting parts of Arsenal's transfer strategy this summer is not just a recruitment of established stars. The club is investing heavily in young stars. One of the latest developments is Arsenal's agreement to sign 18-year-old forward Igor Tijon from Blackburn Rovers. Reports indicate that Arsenal have pursued the teenager for several transfer windows before finally reaching an agreement with Blackburn. He was expected to undergo a medical before completing a move, and this is exactly the kind of signing that can become extremely important over several years. Arsenal do not want every young player to become an immediate first-team superstar. The objective is to identify talent early, develop the talent within the club's structure, and create pathways towards the senior football. And Arsenal have continued looking at young players elsewhere too. Reports have also indicated that Arsenal are working on the deals for James Scanlon and Habib Ogunenye, who is already a done deal. Habib was done together with the Habib did his medical together with Ezri Konsa. Let's wait and see whether they will also sign in James Scanlon. For those who didn't watch the podcast I brought here, you can go and watch Arsenal raid Manchester United with a signing of 2 players. I brought in a podcast about James Scanlon and Habib Ogunenye. But days after, we had a here we go, and he did his medical together with the Konsa on Thursday. So that tells us something about Arsenal's recruitment strategy. The club is thinking beyond one season. Mikel Arteta's squad needs immediate quality, but the club also wants to maintain a pipeline of talented young players. And that's how a squad remains competitive for years. So, what do these 3 stories tell us? Gyokeres to Barcelona is currently developing rumor, and Arsenal fans should not treat it as a done deal. Baleba to Manchester United is much further advanced, with the clubs agreeing a substantial package and a medical process underway. And Arsenal's pursuit of young players shows the Gunners are building for both today and tomorrow. The transfer window enters a decisive stage, and with a deadline approaching on September 1st, there is still plenty of time for expected twists. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of Black Market Media, the heartbeat of the game. Gyokeres, Barcelona, Baleba, Manchester United, and Arsenal's young recruitment strategy. We will continue following every major story developments. If you enjoyed the podcast, subscribe to Black Market Media, like the video, share it with fellow football fans, turn on the notification bell, and until next time, keep following the beautiful game. Black Market Media, the heartbeat of the game. Thanks for watching. I salute you. Goodbye.